Then in hip hop album review, the homie Crucial, 16 Bars to Live. I just found out he from Alabama, so it kind of puts together the reason why the mixtape or the album to me sounds like it's very down south inspired. The intro, he comes in, the intro is a cappella, and then he comes into it. I thought it was fine. You know, I think it was okay, but I feel like the track itself was subpar. Like I thought the idea was fine. I liked the lyrics. It didn't set it up for the rest of the mixtape the way I thought the mixtape was gonna go. The production on the whole album as a whole was pretty good. Share my world. Ooh, that was not good right there. That to me, that's when it started going like, yo, what the hell is this? I think the flow was off, the lyrics was off. It just started going off. And then another one that left me wanting more was For My People, Unity. Because the beat was so dope. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be pretty dope. And then when he went on there, I'm like, so what in your lyrics is really for your people? And what's it unifying? Like it did not mesh, but the beat I thought was amazing.
You never heard Unity out here? Well,
yeah, I did. Come on, that's not what I'm saying though, B.
He's saying the lyrics didn't fit with the actual theme of the song.
Exactly. But overall, I thought it was a good project. I would have took off Share My World. I would have did For My People better.
You can rap better than Crucial now, huh?
No, I can't rap.
See, I would have done it better, Crucial.
No, I'm not saying I would have.
Crucial would get
but I'm just saying if I was him, like I really felt like that was a really, really dope beat that should have been done better. And then the end, that track, I really like that track because you was introspective on that one. And the flows, like that's the thing I liked about him on the majority of the songs that I liked. The ones I liked, it was his flow and it was his lyrics. And then the ones I didn't was like way off.
I only really cared for 5 songs on the whole album. As a whole, I think for me, I didn't really probably listen as deep as you did. I think for me, it was really the songs that I did like were driven mainly by the production. And those are the things that I took from the album itself. I mean, I wasn't really rocking with this that heavy. You know, I only just like the 5 tracks that I
Or was
heard.
it about them you didn't like?
So what tracks did you like? Like what were your 5?
The 5 that I did like, I liked Real in the Streets. I liked The End. I think that was another one. I think that was really no, that wasn't the first track I liked. That was the second track I liked because Real in the Streets was second. And then it was what else did I like? Coolin', I thought Coolin' was good.
And what about that song like Coolin'?
I like the part 2. I like Coolin'.
You like part 2 better than part 1?
Yeah, part 1 was dope. Part 1 was
Nah, part 2 wasn't.
That was UGK with part 1.
But what about fuck them niggas, like his whole mystical thing? I thought that was off too.
I don't like that.
I thought that was way off.
The only other one that I did like was The Climb, and that was it. I think for him, like I like his voice. I think he definitely has a good rap voice. And I think his style, his whole, and I'm not saying he sounds like UGK or anything like that, but it kind of reminds me of that old 90s UGK type of hip hop, that type of street hip hop that, growing up in Mississippi, I would hear stuff from, that area, Mississippi, Alabama, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm used to hearing music like this. So when I'm listening to this album and I'm hearing that type of production, that type of sound, yeah, it kind of takes me back to the 90s when UGK was out, doing their thing. And, I think we even said, I don't forget which song you guys mentioned, that kind of had that UGK type feel to it. Yeah, Coolin'. Yeah, part 1. But as a whole, though, the overall project itself, I could only mess with like 5 of it. And that was it. Like it really started out, it started out tough, a little rough for me.
How did it start off a little rough when Real in the Streets?
Because I don't like the intro. I like the second track. I didn't care much for the third track, and I think the end, probably was the 4th track.
Real in the Streets was the second track.
Yeah, no, I said I liked the second track. I didn't like the third track. Right. So that the first couple of tracks, I didn't like Solo.
Yeah,
I was actually surprised. I mean, this project was pretty decent. It wasn't, I don't feel the same way Ken was feeling. I thought the intro, I was thinking like, okay, probably not gonna like this. I'm like, oh shit. But it got to the second track, and I like the way how he told the story, how he was the good kid with growing up in a good household, daydreaming, and then he woke up at, he stopped daydreaming at the end, the bell was ringing. So I thought that was cool how he told that story. I like Unity. I thought Unity was good. Another track, Coolin' Part 1, like I said, when I first heard that, because he was serious, but he was also kind of like, look, this is how I do. I'm rolling in my whip with a chick. I'm looking for bitches and shit like that. And then catching bitches hitting. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was like a fun. Nice. Yeah, it was fun. You know what I'm saying? He kind of gave me a lot of different type of feel from this album. He gave me perspective songs. He got you the flossing, I'm balling type songs, and he get you the storytelling songs. So I thought with this album, I thought he kind of gave me like everything about him pretty much, which I thought was fine. My Way, which is the last track on the album, I thought that was good. The Climb, I thought the Climb was good.
Yeah,
he was kind of like saying like, should he be like mainstream or stick with underground, kind of stay in his lane and not go too far out or whatever, or sell out, you want to say, I guess. The only track I think I didn't really care for was, of course, Share My World and the other one, Work of Art. But I guess they was just like the party, not the party, but the commercially really sounding tracks about chicks or whatever. So I didn't really care for those. It kind of threw everything off. And then you come back with this hard, forceful, fuck them niggas type of track after you. It might have been sequenced a little bit better, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. I didn't find nothing terrible about this track, about this album. Probably, like I said, about 3 tracks.
I was exactly with Ken at first. I did not like the first, I'm sorry, well, both of y'all really, I didn't like that intro one bit. So I was like, oh, fuck, I'm gonna hate this shit. And it got to Real in the Streets, and I was like, okay, I like the hook. That's cool, the production is cool. The rhyming was alright, and Solo came on. And I was like, oh shit, this sounds like a completely different rapper. And I was like, okay, this should have been the first track, because your first track should never be subpar, ever, because a lot of people will turn that shit on, hear the first track, and turn it off.
You gotta pull them in.
You gotta pull them in, exactly. But Solo was dope, and that gave me more of a Big KRIT feel. I felt like he was a not quite as good Big KRIT. I felt he could fit in with that same crew. Tracks that I did not like Share My World, and I did not like the song right after it. I think it was like I Love the Hood. I think
Never Leave the Hood.
Or Never Leave the Hood, something like that.
Yeah, it was Never Leave the Hood.
I didn't care for that. I didn't care for that track. I thought it was really generic. But other than that, those are the only 2 tracks that I didn't think were, I'm sorry, 3 tracks. I didn't like the intro. Those are the only tracks that I thought were bad. The rest of it, I think he has potential. I don't know if he's quite there yet. But I would say, seriously, no bullshit, I would say give this guy another 2 projects. And I feel like he'll be there. I feel like he's on the right path. I feel like he's doing something that could be really, really good.
Yeah.
He's not quite there yet. This is a solid project. And I feel like, he could get there. Will I listen to this on a regular basis? Probably not.
Like I said, in the whole project, it wasn't repetitive. Like, he was giving you different perspectives and different songs every time. It was like, okay, yeah, he ain't talking about the same thing on this song. He's not doing the same type of flow on this song. He's switching it up, so I can appreciate that. That was cool.
Yeah, he has more than one flow. That's also really important. A lot of rappers today aren't doing that. They sound the same on every track. But I think he definitely has room for improvement. Like Raphael said, certain songs did sound like they were bad quality. You can't do that. You can't put a bad quality track on the same mixtape as a good quality track. Exactly. That shit doesn't work. And you can't, you just need, sequencing is really important with your first project. It's extremely important. And I don't know that he really put that much time into the sequencing.
Yeah, and he's young. Like you said, he has potential. Like, he has to grow his sound. He has to just work at his craft, because, like you said, it's there. It's not like you're way to the left and you're starting at level 1. Nah, he's not. And the more he goes at it, and the more you put in that work, because the storytelling, I don't want to say like it was amazing, but it was really, 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 really good. Like, it was damn near great.
He needs to focus more on making himself stand out. He needs to focus more attention on the actual composition of the songs, because he has potential. He can rap, he can write, he can spit, but there's a little bit of finesse that's missing from the tracks, and he needs to focus on that a little bit better. That's why I'm thinking, if this is only his first mixtape, then he's okay. his second mixtape, hopefully he puts a little more attention to this stuff.
Like basically everybody said, man, I think, you know, Crucial's definitely off to a great start. Great start, better than good. I think he's off to a great start. If this is your first project ever, great start. But again, you know, you just have to refine your ability, refine your skill. And sky's the limit, honestly. But it definitely bumps in the whip. The production, I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I like boom, bass. I like southern shit.
Like
you
southern
know?
boom shit.
Yeah, all that southern boom shit. That shit bumps in my whip. But yeah, man, I fuck with it. I bang with it. I definitely like the beats. I definitely love his storytelling. I like the fact that he's introspective, and I fuck with it. It bumps in the whip.
Overall, I think that it was a solid project. I can't say that I thoroughly enjoyed it. I can say that my expectations were extremely low, and he made me feel stupid because I was like, man, I was fucked up for thinking that this was gonna be whack because it really wasn't. It was based
low because of what?
Based on the intro. Based off the intro, my expectations for this album were very low. And he, like I said, by the third track, he slapped me in the face, and I was like, okay, I was wrong.
You said something about the tracks too. The titling of his tracks, he should do better at that or something. I know you had
sequencing.
No. The titles at work. You told me based on the title.
Yeah, I did say that. You're right. Thank you. Yeah, I did think that the titling of the tracks themselves was kind of hokey. It was a little generic. You know, again, fuck them niggas. Like, that's something that any average down the block rapper would do. Like, put a little bit more time into that. You know, Share My World. Like, all these tracks, they just sound, you know, corny. And a lot of people will pull this up, look at the track list, and not even give it a shot. And they'll put on the first couple seconds of the intro and cut the shit off, which I would have done.
Totally agree with what Mike said.
You know what I'm saying?
Full cosign.
But yeah, I think that people should give this dude a shot. I really feel like he's got potential. I think that he's on his way. He's just not quite there yet. You know, tracks like Unity, tracks like Solo, you know, tracks like, you know, Real in the Streets. Those tracks, I think, have a lot of potential. And I think that if he puts more work into his next project, he could have not a solid project, he could have a good project. He could have a dope project. Because dude's got skills. He's definitely got skills. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, one more thing. I got ostrich on my seat. Animal Planet. That shit had me crying.
Yeah, I know, it's cool. But yeah, co-sign on Mike, man. I think, you know, I can see this guy really doing well in the mainstream, man. In the mainstream level, in the type of music that he's making, you know, the southern boom shit. But yeah, I co-sign, man. Cop this album on, you know, iTunes. But yeah, man, Crucial dude, he did his thing. You know, I was pleased with this project. I was like, okay, this is good. So, you know, the intro, you got to get a track that's gonna smack him in the face, man.
Yeah.
Pull him in, because yeah, it didn't start off too good, but you know, you held it down, and you kept me interested in the whole album. So just get a better intro, just next time or something on your next album. But other than that, man, you know, it was cool. It was a cool project.
I'm the odd man out personally. I only, you know, enjoyed 5 of the songs on the album, but I do agree with, you know, what Mike C-Town and B and Rap are saying. You know, he definitely has a lane, you know, as a street rapper, and I think he has a sound, that whole retro 90s UGK type sound, maybe Big KRIT, as Mike was saying earlier. So I definitely think, you know, he can carve out a career in hip hop as long as he continue to work and stay at it. So, but personally for me, I only enjoyed 5 of it, but you know, that's just me. But yeah, continue to do what you do, man, and keep working at it.